So, hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode. I'm back with Saksham today. So, Saksham is the founder of Empyrean Luxury. So, thank you very much for taking your time out and joining me in. Thank you very much again.
Welcome, Nakshit. Welcome, and thank you for having me on your show.
Yeah, my pleasure. My pleasure. And so, before we get
Okay,
into
let's start.
anything and we speak about anything, it would be great if you could introduce yourself and what you do.
Well, basically, I am 21 years old right now, and I run multiple businesses. So, to be very precise about it, I run a conglomerate group. Like we have Reliance, we have Tata Group. So, similarly, I have Scan Group, which stands from Saksham Chaudhary and Alliances. So, basically, we have multiple businesses under it. I'm not at the Ambani's level, but just starting with that. Just
Yeah.
starting with that. And right now I'm still in college, DYPTC, Pune, and I'm pursuing BDES in automobile designing.
Okay.
So side by side, I started doing this as a side job, but now it's my main job, and college is a side job.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is how
Totally.
things have changed.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Wonderful. So, why, like, how did Imperium did come into idea first, and why did you start it?
Okay, so to be honest, Empyrean started because of a need. In October, I just ran out of money. I didn't know what to do. I couldn't ask my parents for it because I had this feeling that now I have grown up. I need to make my own money, and I need to be self-sufficient, or you can say self-made. So in October, I didn't have any money. So I have this habit of paying the bills before the date. So I make payments in advance, and I have this habit since the beginning, since I have learned how to handle money. So I made all the payments in advance, and now we are just given a college theme, okay, and we have to make something related to that, and my money is just gone. Now I don't have money, so I cannot eat, like proper food.
Mm-hmm.
So on one evening, I asked my friend to give me 500 rupees, and he said that, I know how you will spend it, so you come with me, and I'll take you for a ride. So we were going for a ride, and I was desperate because I didn't have proper food for around 2 weeks. I was on Maggie and water only for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it is very, very difficult for someone who is having 6 meals in a day, proper meals in a day, 6 meals proper, to just spend 2 weeks just on Maggie.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
After 24 hours, you don't even remember the taste. You are like, oh shit, I should not eat it. It's just too much. So I went with him, and while we were on, crossing that road, I saw there was a stall. So basically, they were selling pop sockets, like covers and stuff. So I went to him, and I asked him like, what's the cost? And he said 70 rupees for one cover, and I said, I'll give you 50, but I'll take 10. And my friend is completely puzzled, like, what is he doing? He's hungry. Why is he purchasing? So we went to a mall, and I told him to just leave me there. Now I don't have food, but I have a shower in my apartment, and I have good clothes. So I went to that mall, and there was this big showroom, or you can say a big shop, uh, like about this particular thing, like pop sockets and all those. We can say mobile accessories. So I stood in front of that shop, and I noticed that the same cover that I had for rupees 50, he was selling for 1100, 1200. Same cover.
Okay. Uh-huh.
So I stood in front of his shop, and now he started noticing me. And basically, then what I did is I used to, I started picking up girls, because boys are, not very innocent.
Yeah.
So what I used to do is that I had multiple colors in the cover. So I used to like kind of flaunt with them, and like, this is matching with your dress color, this and that. On day one, every customer that purchased from me was a girl. And what I used to say is that this is for 400, but only for you. Don't tell anyone. It is for 250.
Yeah.
So that day I sold them all 2,500 straight away. I was very happy. So I got to know about it. The next day I did the same thing, and repeated it. On the seventh day, the shopkeeper, came to me and he said that you should leave because it's just harming me. And I told him that no, I'll not leave. For next 3 days, we had a verbal fight kind of thing. And I used to stand there and still I used to sell because in 10 days, I realized that this thing, the cost is very low, but the margin is very high. It is 4 times, 5 times, correct. What is the cost in making cover? 25, 20 rupees, that's it. And even if you check out like Google, Samsung and Apple covers, I'm not going to give the exact figures, but they are 10 times lesser than what they charge.
Mm-hmm.
So on the 11th day, he said, "Bhai, you sell them to me, I will purchase, but please you go from here."
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, fine, but you will get it for 500. So that is how it started. So when we had this deal, so he said that you don't have a brand name, there's no brand stamp. And I was running a brand at that time with the name Kaloya in the background. And the person who was working with me in Kaloya, we just couldn't be at the same level mentally, you can say, or professionally. So we just parted our ways. And I just renamed it because that was my brand, that was my company. I can do whatever I want. So I just gave it the name Empyrean Luxury.
Mm-hmm.
And with that print on that cover thing, because there is this human psychology, once there is branding involved, you can hike the prices.
Mm-hmm.
You can hike the prices and it's going to sell like fire.
Yeah.
So what that person is doing, this is branded, you can see there's this brand stamp and stuff. So we started selling them at 3,500, 4,000. Even I had covers for 11,000, 12,000,
mm-hmm.
which he used to obviously get in 3,500, 2,500,
mm-hmm.
and all that. And I used to get it in 75, 80. So I had my birthday from that time when I had no money and to Diwali, 70,000 in my wallet. And just imagine you had a fight at your home because of what you claim to be, and you're not that, and your parents know that you're nothing. And then the next month you go back with 70,000 in your wallet, and that 2,000 rupee note, 35 notes. All right. So I just arrived at the airport and I went to Tommy Hilfiger and I asked him, could you please show me the most expensive wallet that you have? And I just purchased it. And I missed one thing. That day I missed my flight intentionally. And I called my mom and she said, okay, we are just looking at it. And I said, no, I'll do it myself. I have enough money to do it.
Okay.
So that was an indirect way to prove myself.
Uh-huh.
That even if you don't give me anything now, I can do. I came on Diwali, then when I went back to Pune and the same thing is happening, making money, and January COVID comes. It hits. No more selling, no more physical selling.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like in 24 hours, I start this page on Instagram and a website, and boom, we're again working. So even in lockdown, we were making a lot of money. Even though people were not going outside, what I did was, people thought that this was a great opportunity for YouTube, for YouTube and stuff. So what we did is we started selling stands, mobile stands,
mm-hmm.
for recording and stuff. So that is how I just started. I had this business thing since I was 13 years old. I was working since I was 13 years old. My interest in cars is, very much like not even professional, but it's very intriguing to know that I was 5 years old when I started, noticing how these machines work. To me, if you ask me, Lakshit, books are not my friends. If you give me a book to study about a car, and if you give me an actual car, I'll just open that whole car to learn about it. But I won't even touch that book because I actually don't like it. Practical things, really like inspire me a lot because that is what actual knowledge is. So in lockdown, we were making a lot of money, and then suddenly I realized that the market in this thing like this mobile is very limited. How many people actually are going to buy from you? Because those stalls are still there. The stalls are still there. So, and I read a quote that, in life, if you want like people to know you because at that time, I, generated this fire that I want to be a billionaire, like India's youngest or something like that, whatever. By the way, I made it to the list, but still not satisfied. So what I did is I said that I'm going to expand this. So like what to do. So what I did is I just, yeah, like this is need and this is want. Need is what we call in Hindi roti kapda makan. Kapda. You can say footwear. You need shoes. Shoes. Want is luxury, like this status symbol. I just combine both of them. So basically now you have shoes which are luxurious.
Mhm.
They can fit your status symbol. They can give you that position. So I just started it. We were working very well. So one day I watched a video on YouTube uh, on PETA India's account, and I was just moved by that. So I thought that why should my brand not be 100% like vegan? Because we were making handmade shoes with the best. Like, to be honest, this is not just boasting. What I believe is that if you want to make money, then you should not try to make money. Because at that time I was selling covers, it didn't actually affect me in that way. But now this was a huge business. It was growing. So if at that time I thought about money, I would have failed. So I focus on quality, after sales
Mhm.
services, the whole structure of the brand.
Yeah.
And then it was like, let's just switch it to 100% vegan.
Mhm.
110% is going to be vegan. We are going to maintain the same quality. Everything is going to be the same. Only the material is going to change. And today the cheapest shoe is 34,000.
Mhm.
38, sorry, yeah, it is
Yeah.
38, inclusive of all taxes,
Mhm.
GST 18%. But at that time it was 55,000. Now here comes a huge difference in the price. But like every other business, we have faced challenges. And when we switched to all vegan, somehow people thought that it's not going to support their status symbol. I don't know why they thought, because it's not leather. Because people have this tag attached to leather, like, this is crocodile skin or this is snake skin or something like that. So then I found myself suffering, and the brand also suffered for that month, in that whole transformation process. So then I contacted PETA,
Mhm.
and I sent them a mail like, I watched a video, but we need some support. And to be honest, Lakshit, I've mailed so many people asking for their support, celebrities, influencers. Uh, None of them supported, to be honest. And that day I realized that only money sells. In fact, in this country, money sells. PETA supported without asking for anything in exchange. Nothing, not even a single penny. So when I, started working with them, and even now we are working with them, what I have realized is that a lot of people who are, working out like they are vegan and they support, they don't actually support.
Mhm.
They are doing it for this social media thing and stuff. So that is how like MPN started. It's like there were so many challenges, uh, struggled alone, cried alone, nobody supported, nobody stood by me. Actually, nobody believed in me. They were like, this is going to be a big failure. Who knows what vegan footwear is? And even when I started, they were like, this is what is Hindi, tuchcha. And that is what people used to call me. Like, what does he do? He's selling covers. And I don't belong to a poor or middle class family. I'm not trying to insult anyone, but if I would have asked my father, just like trying to give up on my, I don't know if it was ego. Some people call it ego. I call it confidence, like believing in yourself that even without them, I can do it. Correct. It's not ego. That is believing in yourself. If I would have asked him, he would have easily given me money. But now it was more about proving myself. Nobody actually supported, nor did I want support from people, who would have used those things against me in the coming future. Like, we were there, that is why you are at this position or whatever.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I have realized, like, when I went to college, people were telling me, like, you should have gone to Italy or US. The fact is, you go to anywhere, you'll have to struggle, you'll have to
Yeah.
face challenges. And this country, right now that we are living in, is a pool of opportunities. If I didn't struggle, if I didn't have any food, if that day I would have spent that money in eating my regular meals that I have, like big bowl and fruits and all that, salads and stuff, campaign wouldn't have been there. But the matter of fact is that if you know, if you believe actually that this is going to be a big hit, like Lakshit, who knew Bitcoin was going to be a hit?
Yeah.
Nobody knew it was going to be it. Only the ones who invested believed in it. So when I have invested in this company, in this brand, so many sleepless nights, cried alone, starved, didn't sleep for two days, 3 days. So I know what I have invested. And a lot of people thought that he would give up, but I didn't, because I didn't come that far to just quit. So this is the whole story of the brand, how it started. So it, like, you can call a one man army kind of thing.
Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you very much for sharing that. Thank you very much. So with so many things to learn and so many things to do, what would you like to tell people who wish to become entrepreneurs, who wish to learn something and try to solve a problem?
First of all, if you want to solve a problem, remember that problem should come from needs of the human. What I said, food, shelter, and clothing. These are the three basic needs. All right. And if you want, you can combine wants with that, like I did. Remember this. Second is that if you actually believe in your idea, don't quit. And you should actually analyze, like, if someone is telling me or commenting on me, where is that person right now in his or her life? What is his or her position? Is he that authentic? Just imagine a person who has done BBA and who is making 60 or 70,000 months. Again, not trying to insult. How can that person tell me how to build a billion empire? Like, how can I become a billionaire? That person is not at all authentic to tell me how to be a billionaire, because he himself is not a billionaire. Listen to those who are actually there, who have been there, or who are greater than you.
Mhm.
Greater than you, like for example, this is my dream, and that person is here. This is what you should focus on. Third, keep it up to yourself. This is the mistake that I made. I told people, friends, family, and to be honest, this is a sad truth that people have a different mindset. This is a fantasy that I want someone like myself, I need a friend like myself. This is a fantasy. There is nobody like you in this whole universe. God made a single piece, and that is you. Simple. So keep it to yourself, because their advice, unnecessary advice, all right, if they are mature enough, like today, if I talk about today's world, it is 110% possible that kids are more mature than their parents.
Mm.
It is possible because of the kind of structure that we have created in this 21st century. It is definitely possible. So don't just look at their like materialistic status, also look at their mental status. Even a millionaire can be a stupid person. For example, if I get property inherited from my grandfather or father, I'll be a millionaire. On paper, I'm a millionaire. Net worth 10 million. Millionaire. But this part is just for 5 rupees.
Yeah.
And if I give an advice to you and then you follow that advice, then you'll also become like me.
Me. Yeah.
and like this is for 5 rupees, you will give for 2.5 rupees. Like look at this value. Look at this value. Because what this is what you are. Don't follow someone who feeds below the neck. Follow someone who is feeding here. This is the main thing. This is my advice to all the young people, all the young lads from the country or from anywhere around the world.
Yeah, totally. So just one general message you would like to tell to people? One general thing?
One general thing.
Message, like a message. Yeah.
Okay, if any Indian is watching this, I would say don't leave your country and go to plan to go to USA or UK, because this is the place which is going to give you the kind of financial freedom, or you can say status or position in life, because this is the land of opportunities. We have so many problems that exist, and you go to Silicon Valley. This is a proof. You go to Silicon Valley, 75% it is run by Indians.
Yeah.
So you know how smart we are. Why are you leaving your country? And if you are from anywhere around the world, you are welcome to India. You can come here, you can work here. We don't have any problem with that. But one general message is, the number one quality of being an entrepreneur or a businessman is of not quitting, not giving up. Please don't quit, don't give up. It is going to take time. Taking time is not like, we story, it took 20 years. For example, if Lakshit, if you are there, okay, you have struggled for 5 years, and I struggled for 1 year, but that degree of my struggle and your struggle were the same. Correct? So I can say that, it took a lot of time. And if someone is going to know about it, and he's going to say, bro, it only took 1 year, I can say, my degree was similar to what the degree of Lakshit's suffering was. So it is going to take time. I don't know how much time is going to be long for you. I'm not telling you to suffer or starve. That is what the situation demands. All right. But don't quit. Please don't quit. Keep working, keep hustling, keep grinding. Just don't quit. Keep working. It is going to work out for you someday, and take care of your mental health.
Totally.
Or
Thank you
else,
very much. Yeah.
you are going to go bald.
Bold.
Or else you're going to go bald.
Yeah, totally. So again, thank you very much for being here and sharing your story, sharing your advices, sharing your ideas. Really glad that we were able to do it after a lot of delays. Thank you very much again for joining me. It was my pleasure indeed.
Thank you, Lakshmi. Thank you. And you're welcome.